Okay, friends, and my dear students. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you to Sufi Voice, and today we are going to start our first session on leadership skills. Okay, in today's session, we are going to discuss about why leadership skills. Now, why do you think we need to have leadership skills? In the very first case, are leadership skills important? Yes, definitely leadership skills are important. If you want to climb on the ladder of success, if you want to be successful, okay, they need to be good leaders. Now, the point here is generally there is a strong thought that only few people are born as leaders. There is no doubt there are few great leaders who have changed the world scenario, who has given the world a new definition, who had moved the nations together. There is no doubt about it. There are some people who are born with leadership qualities. But what about others? We see that people evolve, people bring in changes in their life at different phases. Okay, so that's the reason they use the word leadership skills. We have two words here, one as leader and other one as skills. So, who is a leader? Someone who motivates, who moves people along with him, who is an inspiration for his team, who uh, is a definite a Superman. He is just a person who his team loves. Okay, who brings thoughts, who changes the thoughts into words into thoughts and thoughts into reality. So in this modern world, if you have leadership skills, definitely you can climb the ladder of success, isn't it? So we need to have good leadership skills. So let us see what people or leaders people talk about this. Okay, so the famous personality, famous leader Maxwell says leadership is influence. See how great the words are. Leadership is influence. Now, influencing a person, do you think is an easy task? No, we can motivate a person, but to influence a person is not that easy, isn't it? Inspiring is different, motivation is different, and influence is different. Okay, so leadership is influence means how much trust and confidence the team members should have in the leader. What a wonderful statement by Maxwell. Leadership is influence. So today's or in the next coming days, couple of days, we are going to discuss. We are going to look at how best we can influence, how best we can become good leaders. Okay, a good leader is the demand of the hour now. We are in a very evolving stage. There is a lot of development going around us. So if you don't evolve, if you don't brush up your leadership skills, there is a risk that you may not be part of the race. If you want to be in the part of the race, if you want to be a, evolve, if you want to evolve, if you want to be successful in your career, you need to sharpen your leadership skills. You need to become an influencing person. Okay, a person who knows how to uh, get or how to win the hearts of people. Okay, so we'll look at one more definition and where John F. Kennedy says, okay, so John F. Kennedy says leadership and learning are indispensable. Leadership and learning are indispensable. So see how great statement, how beautiful statement it is. Leadership and learning are indispensable. So it doesn't mean like a leader who has achieved some extent, the story ends there. No, a leader is the one who knows that leadership is a lifelong process. He needs to update. He needs to upgrade his skills. Okay, so the another a very beautiful sentence statement by John F. Kennedy, isn't it? Leadership and learning are indispensable. Is or indis sorry or indispensable. You cannot separate them. Okay, so we need to have this leadership skills in us. So before we get along with mission and vision, you might have come across this vision and mission. Now, where does the situation or where does the question of leader arise in our lives? Where do we need leaders? To lead a leader, there should be a purpose, isn't it? If someone wants to run a company, isn't it? So if a company has to be run, there should be a purpose to run the company. There should be a prime objective, main goal of the company, whether it is in service sector, whether it is in production or manufacturing, anything let it be, there should be a vision. The company should have a vision, a big goal. This is what we are. This is what we want to do. That's fine. Having a vision is good. Now, can one go with just planning? Planning is essential. To achieve that plan, we need to have small, tiny steps. Functionality is needed, and the mission part is defined by the functionality of the organization. Okay, to achieve the vision, we need to have a mission. Mission or the steps. Okay, when we say mission statement of the company, means what is the company is going to do. So these are the prime guiding principles of a leader. A leader needs to have a vision. Okay, this is my vision. I need to achieve this by doing this. So mission leads to a vision. Or if we talk about in terms of goals, as we achieve a long-term goal with a short-term goal, same is the case with a good set of steps. A good mission will lead to a good vision. So a leader cannot achieve anything without a proper vision or mission. He needs to have a long term goal. Okay, this is my company. I want to develop the company like this. To develop this company, these are my mission steps. This is what I am going to do. This is how I am going to develop my company. So, the prime objective is definitely a leader should have a set goal, an achievable goal. Okay, otherwise it will be a wild goose chase. So, if do you think the team will trust if someone on one day the CEO of the company or the manager of the company or the main person of the company says we'll do this, on other day he will see says no, we'll not do this, we'll do something else. When the leader himself cannot stand on his what he has in his mind, then how can the team members trust? Do you think is it possible? No, it is not possible. So a leader should have a crystal clear clarity about his vision. What does he want to achieve? How does he want to improve his company? Okay, then he should have proper steps, that is mission to achieve it. So one of the prime qualities of a mission and vision is of a leader or vision and mission. Right. Now we talk about role. Okay. Now when a person is leading a team, when a person is leading a team, he needs to segregate the roles. He needs to divide the duties. So a leader should not be the one who says like I will do everything by myself. Is it possible? You cannot do all the things under the roof. You have to segregate the work. You have to distribute the work. Okay. And when you distribute the work, we should also have the trust in the team members. We see a very good example of this in APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography, wherein when he starts working on SLV project, it is a most prestigious project which India had undertaken in those days. And there were many challenges. When he got into the work, the team members which he had in those times were very few, limited team members. And the situation was a little bit a difficult one, a difficult scenario. While a difficult scenario because he was very young and the team members which were allotted to him were highly experienced. They were pioneers in their subjects. So he had a big challenge to assign them work and get the work done. This is where he talks about hands on and hands off approach. Hands on and hands off approach as a leadership skill. Now, what he does is hands on, he divides the team into two categories. One, a team of youngsters, another, a team of pioneers, experienced people. Now, whatever the work that has to be done by experienced people, he says he calls it as an hands off. He calls it as an hands off. Means he just tell them that I need the work like this. Okay, you use your subject expert. You are the subject expert. Whatever the subject knowledge you have, how you are going to do, what you're going to do, it's up to you. I will not interfere in your work. But see that the work is done. I trust you, I give the responsibility. Hands off. And the second group or the who were youngsters, what he did is, okay, I will join your team. He says, we'll go with, he has used hands on. Means he was there always with them, supporting them, giving the essential inputs, and he started working with them. Now, here he did not take a back seat and said, like, okay, I am a leader, I have assigned you work, you go and do your work. No, he was there with them. Now, in some situations, he said hands on when he was working with the team members. At one point, when the team had some problem, they were not able to do it. So he did not ask them or he did not cheat them. Rather, he said, okay, fine, whatever best you can do, you try. The remaining part, I will take care of. So that is a quality, that is a very good quality of a leader. And the toughest part he used to handle, and the easy part he used to give to the other team members. So playing the role, selecting the role, and sticking to your role is also a very important part of leadership skills. Okay, so let us moving on. Set an example. Now, a leader should be an example. Example in the sense the team should feel proud about the leader. Now, when will the team will feel proud about the leader? When the leader himself is an expert, when the leader himself is knowledgeable, when the leader himself is having the wisdom, is ready to help you, help the team, is ready to get the work done. An example. So, a leader should be one who should be an inspiration force for his team. Okay, at any point of time, any difficulty, let it be within the team, they should not have any hesitation to approach the leader and seek his guidance. Okay, so he should be like an encyclopedia. He should be like giving an assurance to his team. Don't worry, I am always there. If you cannot do, I will help you out. Or it should be in such a way that A leader should be one who should be able to say proudly that if we are successful, then the success is because of my team. And unfortunately, if there is an untoward situation and if we had to face a failure, failure is on my shoulder. See how beautiful scenario it is. If it is success, the credit is given to the team members. If it is a failure, the credit is taken by the leader. That should be the spirit of a leader. Okay, so that should be the prime quality of a good leader. He should set an example. He should be a hero in the eyes of his team. Don't you agree with this? Isn't it? So a leader should always set a very good example. He should be a living legend in the eyes of his team members. Okay, so let's move on with the next quality of a good leader. Okay, so other than that, what's the next thing do you think a very good leader should have? Okay, he should be a motivational force. He should be an motivational force. Now, often it happens that we get, or as a team, people get dejected. People start dropping their tools, start saying, like, this is not my cup of tea, I cannot handle this. And this is where a leader has to step in. Leader should become the backbone of the team. He should give them assurance, don't worry, we'll do it together. I am here. Don't worry, we'll be able to do it. Let it be any consequences. I am ready to face with you. I am with you. That assurance gives a lot of strength to the team. And the team loves to work under such a great leader. So whenever someone in a team is dejected, demotivated, lost the spirit, is about to drop his weapons, he's not ready to work, then a leader should step in. He should motivate his team members, give instill confidence in them, motivate them, inspire them, give them the necessary support. Not only tools but also support is very important. One prime quality of a good leader is motivation. He should act as a backbone of his team. The team should always feel proud about the leader. So we need to have motivation skills. We need to have that courage to go one step ahead and support our team members. Okay, so motivation is another aspect, important aspect. And what do you think, other than this, will be a more essential thing when it comes to leadership skills? Okay, so what else is needed? Communication. Communication is the other important aspect. Half of the work is done through proper communication. If a person doesn't communicate the message properly, then is it the fault of the team members that the work is not done? Perhaps not. It is a failure of the leader. The leader was not in a position to communicate the message properly. Let it be right set of words, or he did not give the information in a proper way that could be understood by the team members. Okay, so communication plays a vital role. It plays a major role as a very good leader. A good leader should know, and he should also have the skill where to step down and where to step up. He cannot maintain the same communication standards at all the levels. Yes, definitely exceptionally effective communication, no doubt is needed. He need to be a very good effective communicator. But again, he also need to understand his audience. he should be the one with what set of words, with what set of sentence structures, or if how should I communicate the message to my team so that the work is done. Okay, now here empathy is also needed. Now, always when you present a thing, if you present a message from a listener's point of view, they tend to understand it more clearly than from orator or speaker's point of view. If the message is delivered from speaker or orator's point of view, then there is more likely a chance that there may be a little bit confusion which the listener has not understood, and in a confused state definitely the quality of the work is affected. So we need to have a very good crystal clear message. There should not be any communication barriers. Okay, so communication plays another major role, which and it is an essential important tool of a good leader. Okay, he should always drive the point home very clearly. State the message in very clear words without any confusion. Okay, yeah. And once the message is conveyed, and once we get into the business of doing the things, what's the next important thing? Challenges. Challenges are part of our life, isn't it? We have to face risk. If there are no pains, no gains. As simple as that. If we are not ready to take any pain, can we climb the ladder of success? No. Whatever the good that has been done to the world, whatever the biggest achievements that had been achieved till date, are and very good examples of this risk factors. Everywhere there is a risk, and leaders should be ready to take up risky situations. He should be on the forefront. It should not happen like, okay, I'll send my team first, then I'll be at the back. No. One of the prime qualities of a leader is he himself will be in the forefront. I will lead. Lead in the sense you will be the one who are going to be in the front forefront. You need to be on you need to face the challenges, isn't it? So taking risk, a leader should not hesitate, should not take a back step, and should not move back. He should be open. He should be ready to take up the challenges. Okay, so risk is another aspect which a leader should be ready to take up. Next, uh, the next thing is adept at problem solving. Okay, adept means having the capacity. Okay, adept means having the capacity. Whatever may be the problem, he should have the caliber. He should have the spirit to solve it, capacity to solve it. Okay. See, people often talk about problems. There are many people who talk about problems. Identifying a problem is not very difficult. Anyone can identify a problem. But a good leader will not talk about a problem. A good leader will talk about a solution. Fine, this is a problem, but how can we solve it? What can be done to overcome this problem? That should be the spirit of a good leader, right? So we need to have these basic skills within us. No one is born perfect. No one is born perfect, isn't it? We all acquire skills at every phase of our life, and leadership skills are also acquired. They can be trained. They can be imparted, isn't it? No one is a good leader by birth. They would have some circumstances, they would have some bitter experiences that had trained them or that had made them into successful leaders. Very few are born leaders, but most of the others they move on. they move on, taking up, moving from their comfort zone. Okay, so unless until you don't step out of your comfort zone, you'll not be able to achieve anything much big in your life. That's how things have taken place over the years. Let it be on in the corporate world or anywhere else. We need to be ready. We need to be ready to take up the risk. That one step in ahead in our life, and that's where your leadership skills are important. Doesn't mean like leaders don't exist. Leaders do exist at every level, isn't it? According to their caliber, they do exist at every level. And once they sharpen their skills, once they enhance their skills, they start moving on to higher designations. Okay, so that's for today's session. Hope you enjoyed the session. Today we started a session with basic details of why leadership skills are important. We have looked at one or two definitions of leadership skills. Then we discussed about prime qualities of a good leader. We discussed about what a vision is. We discussed about what a mission is. We discussed about role of a leader. We discussed about integrity of a good leader. Okay, and we discussed about adapt to problems. We discussed about, okay, so we discussed about communication, and we discussed about risk factors. Okay, so before I wind up my session, think did we come across integrity or not? I'm a little bit doubtful here. So we'll just have a few words on integrity and we'll wind up today's session. So when we say leadership session, what are we talking about leadership session? Integrity mean. Okay. Integrity means it talks about the trust which the team members have on the leader. Okay. Now, a leader has assigned some work to the team, and the team has done a very good job. Now, it is now the leader's responsibility to project their team members, and share the success of the team. Okay, as a part of the team. Now, in most of the situations, it so happens that most of the groundwork will be done by the team members, but the final credit will be taken by the team leader. Now, to hear itself, it's a little bit disturbing. Now, what about the team members? Do you think if all the work is done by the team and the final credit is taken by the leader, do you think such a team members will hold this leader in a good position? No. The leader will lose his trust, isn't it? He will lose his trust. And once you lose a trust, however hard you try to regain the trust, it's very difficult, isn't it? So, integrity is very important. You should stand by your team. A good leader is a one who always tells, like, I am nothing without my team. My team is my strength, isn't it? So, with these words, we'll end today's session, and tomorrow's session will talk about leadership traits. Okay, thank you. Thank you once again. Have a good day.